You know, Rob, what you're hitting on is a really important point because there is actually an entire ecosystem of big Democrat donors, dark money groups, far left prosecutors, and endless amounts of money that flow to these witch hunts against President Trump and, quite frankly, against America First Patriots. Now, you remember it was billionaire Reid Hoffman who bankrolled the E. Jean Carroll lawsuit that you referred to. And we've also seen these pro-Hamas protests on campus being backed by groups like the Tides Foundation, which is seeded by a Democratic megadonor, George Soros, and David Rockefeller Jr., and was previously supported by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. So it's all being exposed. And of course, we have like Arabella Advisors. Don't forget about them. They're at the center of the Democrats' dark money, dirty tricks. All of this is being operated through a portfolio of so-called like nonprofits like the Telescope Fund, and they are accused of abusing charity laws to help elect Democrats. You know, and as a charity, there are prohibitions on all of this overt political activity. And we know that the Arabella Advisors has also been linked to helping abortion activists raise huge sums of money to get all of these abortion measures on the ballot. This is awful what we see happening in this country. They bankroll Democrat lawyer and Steele dossier funder Mark Elias's efforts to undermine election integrity. And all these people are working together in concert to try to undermine American elections, to try to defeat Donald Trump because they don't want to face him at the ballot box, and bankrolling these efforts, this lawfare against him. And that's the problem that we see. But Americans have their eyes wide open, are paying attention to this, and they are disgusted. And it's only serving to, raise the numbers, and the poll numbers are outstanding for President Trump, even though they are trying to essentially imprison him in a courtroom in New York City.
Right. What's scary, though, is that the behavior that we're seeing from the other side, they're skirting so many regulations. The laws mean nothing to them anymore. They're able to do this because I believe, first off, they largely have a media system that doesn't care and kind of supports them evading, I think, the rules and regulations that kind of keep this democracy that they all say they want to protect, in check. I mean, the fact that all of this filthy, dark money gets to pour in, they're buying elections with all this money. A lot of this money is foreign money, and they're propagandizing Americans with this dark foreign money and this globalist agenda that nobody here wants, that doesn't benefit anybody in this country, but it's seeping in and it's being allowed to happen, and that's what's really scary.
No, you're absolutely right, and so much for all the rhetoric from Democrats saying that they want to get money out of politics. They're doing the exact opposite, and they have an odd way, of showing it. And we've seen an entire network of like left-wing billionaires using this web of entities to undermine the values that make this nation great and to undermine the will of the American people. So honestly, what we're seeing now and exposing it all, sunlight is the best disinfectant, right? So we are just going to keep pushing forward because responsible news outlets and journalists like yourself are actually shedding some light on it and actually reporting the news, giving the facts to the American people so they can make a good decision at the ballot box about what they want for this country and the future and the leader that they want or don't want based on what's been occurring.
Yeah, that's a good point. Kimberly Guilfoyle, thank you so much.
Thank you.